Vikings, my lord. Prepare for battle!
Ambassador from Denmark to Sveno, King of Norway.
King? What king? There is no king of Norway, and if there were, it would be my father Sigurd. Throw him overboard.
Why kill him, Harald? An ambassador is important. He could pay us a magnificent ransom in gold.
Like a woman. Like a woman!
Come on, drink, brother. It's fine beer from
Denmark!
Do we set fire to their boat, Harald?
A good ship is always useful.
And the prisoners, what do we do with them?
Prisoners, put them at the oars of their ship.
Almost home.
Beacon. We'll soon be home. I have a strange feeling. When we left, you were a boy. And now, you're a man. We take our father a man.
We've been gone 10 years, and I can still see the way he looked. I can still hear his voice. Guntar, he used to say. Try not to forget what I taught you. The hatchet! You be as good with it as I've always been.
Won't be easy. Sigurd is the best hatchet of all. Best eater, best drinker, best man.
And with women?
Remember that day long ago when... Never mind, we'll see him soon enough. Anyway, Sigurd is a hell of a man and a hell of a father, huh? Why don't they blow the horn? Double oars.
To the oars!
I am Olaf. After me, Ragnar. I am Ragnar. After me, Sigurd. I am Sigurd. After me, Harald. What does it mean?
Oh. I, Sigurd, after me comes... It's a custom of the Viking kings. When a son is born, the son who's to succeed him is written there.
Harald! There's no one here. Even the Temple of Odin is destroyed, but the ashes of the brazier are still warm.
What could have happened? Where's it burned out?
Who is your chief? Harald! Odin has answered my prayers at last. You have returned. And this lad is Guntar. Your people are no more. And many of you will not see your families again.
And our father?
Your father is dead.
Who did this?
Sveno, your father's murder and the destruction of the Vikings are the work of Sveno.
Sveno.
Yes. During your absence, he proclaimed himself king of Norway, and fearing the Vikings' strength, he invited your father Sigurd to his castle, and then traitorously killed him. Upon the loss of their chief, the Vikings were dispersed, but not conquered. For 3 summers and 3 winters, I have prayed to Odin to lead you safely home. It is written, until you have avenged him, his soul cannot enter Valhalla. Don't forget, your father was killed without a weapon in his hand.
No!
Lars! Go. Seek out all Vikings in forest by rivers. Tell them that Harald, son of Sigurd, is returned.
Fine, wonderful. Loring! Quite a time since we've seen such horsemanship.
In his place, I bet you would have fallen off.
I'm a sailor, Loring. Just a sailor. Let him try to climb up the mast of a ship with me. We'll see which one of us has the best balance.
When you have finished chattering like a pack of silly women, tell me who you are and just what you want of me.
I am Guntar, son of Sigurd, brother of Harald.
Harald. So it's true he's returned. Those blasts of the horn were not just a trick, then. Tell me, young fellow, where is your brother?
Not until you've told me first who you are.
I am Arkon, first son of Tyrkr.
Hakon. My brother's been expecting you, but not alone.
It's a full day's ride from here to our camp near the great forest. Since Sveno took the country, it's not prudent for the free Vikings to cross it in groups. Sveno is a master hand at setting ambushes. Arkon is a master at the sport of not falling into his or any trap.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Only that he was a little stubborn. The great Sigurd, your father. He didn't trust his friends, or his life might have ended differently. Well, now tell me, boy.
I'm called Guntar.
Very well, Guntar. Where's your brother now?
At the fjord of Viken, waiting with the others. Torvin, Torstein, Lars. They're waiting for you.
You can tell Harald that I'll be there tomorrow with my people.
So then, he's returned.
Yes,
You've seen him?
I've seen his brother.
Guntar?
Yes, Guntar. A wild young animal, just as vicious as he is.
They're a family of beasts, proud and overbearing.
Yes, and that's the reason why I could never put up with Sigurd's domination.
How often I've dreamed that I might someday match my force against their force, my ferocity against theirs. But I'm just a woman. I've loved you, and I love you now, Akan, because you might do it.
Now we've missed our opportunity. Everybody is Harald's. Everyone supports him. They've all rushed to answer his call.
And you renounce your desires? All of your ambitions? Don't you remember telling me how sure you were one day they'd call you chief? Why was Harald missing while we were fighting? Missing while his people had to accept the domination of Sveno?
I've heard enough of your ridiculous chattering.
And you, Odin, god of all wisdom, inventor of the sacred runes, protector of the immortal Valkyries, listen to the solemn oath this man takes before you, and preserve him from the 1,000 perils. Hear him, Odin.
I, Harald, son of Sigurd, swear to avenge the death of my father, and to fight the enemy without pity. And I further swear that I shall never put down my arms until the usurper has been defeated, and until I have conquered the throne for me and for my people.
Harald has called together the captains. He wants you there, too. To your post, then. When the master whistles, a good dog has to run.
You fool! How can I rebel against what is ordained by the gods?
Harald is only a mortal. It is ordained that he too must die, but it is not ordained when.
Will not go, and the fjord will be full of many ships. Many ships as you have never seen before. You, Life, will be in charge of building them.
Very well.
In the meantime, Viken will grow. Hakon, come here. Sit down. Hakon, you will stay near me. Drink. Your advice will be highly regarded.
I've heard that you wish to rebuild Viken here where it was.
Aye, where it stood before.
It's not wise.
Can't you be clearer than that?
The birds of the forest never rebuild in a tree where their nests were destroyed. I fear that your long absence has changed your way of thinking, Harald. No one should think of rebuilding Viken in the fjord, where Sveno fell upon us with fire, havoc, and destruction.
Hakon, we do not repeat mistakes. My father and his father before him commanded this fjord. The stone which has resisted the destruction of the ages speaks completely and clearly. And on that stone, I will write the name of my son.
Odin! 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 Odin!
And you, Hakon? What?
Sveno. Don't you understand that all of the time we'd be continually threatened by his power? And as far as our attacking? Don't you know he has built a castle you can't attack either by land or by sea?
That which we couldn't seize with our forces, we might take with our cunning.
The speech of this gallant stranger, to whose advice Harald pays such attention, is not to my liking. In his own country, the art of war may be very different. Perhaps their cunning means more than valor.
Beware, Aachen. I carry both sword and spear at the side of Harald.
But here it is different. Don't forget that you were with the Vikings. Viken will rise elsewhere. And with your ship's life, we will go roving the seas again.
No, Hakon. You heard the oath. All of you heard it.
I want Sveno.
And his throne, on which you will reign in his place.
It's his right.
Sveno is the enemy. I want Sveno. We will fight him to the death. To Sveno. To death.
To the death!
Go on.
The Vikings, sire. The Vikings are gathering at the edge of the great forest. At their head is a terrible warrior, Harald, son of Sigurd.
Harald! But he was lost at sea. He's dead.
He's returned. I've seen him. He's returned swearing vengeance. He's attacked us. Only I was able to escape.
Where did he attack you? When did you see him? Speak!
Our men on patrol saw a tribe of armed Vikings. We came out of the encampment to see for ourselves what was going on. Suddenly we were attacked and massacred by a large band commanded by Harald himself. Your Majesty, no one could stand against that devil. I only saved myself by pretending to be dead.
Your efforts were in vain. I do not like bad news.
No! No! Mercy! Oh!
Order the council to meet immediately. Well, what do you see?
Nothing, sire.
Sire, will the King of Denmark, for whom the alliance served an entirely different purpose, maintain his promise and send aid if we're forced into combat with the Vikings?
Let the ambassador arrive here, Simon. I shall know how to convince him. The ship should have been here 3 days ago. Explain to me, why is it delayed?
That is hardly the thing that troubles me. Whether it's today or tomorrow, the ship will certainly arrive, Your Majesty.
Well, go on.
The Princess Hilda has certainly never tried to hide her hostility towards this betrothal. At times, I've thought her fiery temper comes directly from her father, your late beloved uncle. She'd defeat her purpose if at the last moment she refused.
But I always have my way. Remember?
Erica, look! See how high it flies. Call me back, Yorick. Did you see, Erica?
Yes, I was watching, Princess. But the king would prefer you didn't devote yourself to sports like this. For they say that at the court of Denmark, women are required to lead a life of seclusion. Besides, you should be thinking of your coming marriage.
My future husband isn't thinking too seriously about this wedding. His envoy should have arrived here weeks ago, but there's no sign of him so far.
You are not the least bit sorry about this delay.
Take him away, Yorick, and feed him well. Erica, I wish I had wings like my falcon to fly up high. And like him, make up my own mind about my destiny. Instead, in this castle where I've been shut up always, I must go to another one. Married to a man I've never seen, whom I don't love, and who will perhaps hold me prisoner forever.
But why didn't you refuse?
You know I can't disobey my cousin's commands. My marriage is the price of this alliance he wants. It's useless.
Princess Hilda!
I have terrible news. The Vikings have gathered and are preparing war. The commander's Harald.
Harald? He's returned. He's the son of Sigurd, the man and your cousin. You may go, Gania. Go. This Harald was a friend of yours?
Yes. He went away when I was a baby, before my family was killed. He wanted to sail to the end of the world, where the sun sinks into the sea, where he could find the great spirits who form the winds. Now he's returned.
He's an enemy. He'd show no pity.
No, he's a warrior, brave and generous.
Shh, Erica, quiet. You might be overheard.
No! It was you, Cedric, who assured me that any further threat from the Vikings had been eliminated.
But, sire, I couldn't possibly...
And you, Hardock, how often have you told me that there was nothing further to fear? That the Vikings had been dispersed? that they no longer existed. And as for Harald, that Harald was long since dead, killed surely by the enemy, destroyed with his ship and swallowed up by the ocean. Harald is back, and he is attacking us. And his Vikings, dispersed or destroyed according to you, are gathering forces under his command, and our outposts are being attacked.
I say take the field. Wipe them out. We cannot afford to leave one Viking alive.
Was it arms or treachery that beat them, Hardak? As for Harald, you think a man who has traveled as much as he and has experienced many such ruses is still so ingenuous as to walk blindly into a death trap as his father did? No, no, no. We no longer have the men, the arms, the vessels. Only a powerful ally can provide them in time and in sufficient numbers.
You have spoken wisely, Simon. But what if this great ally doesn't aid us? How long can we wait for the Danish ambassador?
Well, we'll just have to wait until he arrives. The castle is impregnable.
And should a king stay locked within his castle, watching the enemy gather outside?
Good, Hardak, good. That is the way an officer should speak.
My advice is to attack at once, before Harald can get prepared for us.
You are right. We will surprise him. And it will be child's play. And you will be successful, my fine Hardak. Because if you are not, then the surprise will be yours. Well, why do you waste time? Gather together your men and begin the attack. I want Harald's head.
Make them hurry! Harald needs a comforter down at the shore. I know what must be done. Tell Harald that this evening he'll have everything he needs. Take him around that tree and drag it away. Come on, work!
I've ridden all day. I even went to the edge of the forest without seeing a soul.
And you?
No one, not even a trace of a Viking.
Good. Then we can take them by surprise. Forward! Forward!
Fight!
carrying around, but the cattle isn't so heavy they can't even defend themselves. When our Guntar battered the sheep from the back of his horse, the crash of bones sounded like a great clap of thunder.
Yeah. For the winner, the prize.
She's after her husband.
After tonight, he's lost to us.
What is Sveno's plan? How many men does he have? How many vessels? Speak!
Soon King Sveno will be strong again. Yes, stronger than you. Soon his allies will join us, then we'll destroy you. So you can kill me now, Viking, for I will be avenged.
Where will these allies come from?
Who are they?
Get up! Now speak! Repeat what you told me.
Yes, Sveno will destroy you all. The ambassador from Denmark is bringing us so many men, and weapons too, that we will destroy you all. And the crows will have a great feast on what is left.
Kill him! Don't touch him. Get back. He's a brave man.
Didn't you listen, Harald? And now you heed the words of the stranger Lundburg? Don't you see where we are because of his counsel? Our enemies will be reinforced, and then they will surely leap upon us.
The name of the Danish ambassador?
Gudruno.
And the man we captured on the ship?
Gudruno!
Like a woman.
A ship in sight!
A ship where? Yes. Can you see what flag she's flying?
She's Danish. She's flying the flag of the King of Denmark.
Now that the ambassador is here, we can fight Harald with the help of the Danes. I won't give him a moment's peace. No, no! I want him alive. Alive! I'll make him die a slow death. I want a drop of his blood for each of our soldiers he's killed.
To the battlement, quickly!
So now, Erica, my fate has been decided. I should have listened to my father. Kings and princesses are never masters of their own destiny. Gania, Torguna, go bring me my robes.
What's this, eh? Why are you so sad? You're crying. Why any woman should be proud at such a moment. I wish you to receive the ambassador, as is proper. Just think. Because of you, Denmark and Norway, today, will be united. And tomorrow, who knows? Perhaps one kingdom. And one king. Come on, come on. I was expecting Gudruno. Where is he?
His health is not good, sire. Gudruno is an old man.
For a mission of such great importance as this, Your Majesty, the King of Denmark has delegated Prince Ragnar.
I see. Yes, I see.
This locket, sire, bears proof of my mission.
Later. Welcome. Welcome, Prince. I greet you in the hope that this alliance of ours will bear fruit.
I make the same wish in the name of my king, sire.
Come, Hilda. As envoy, your future husband has sent a prince. Come. Do homage and offer him the cup of welcome.
We are greatly honored and pray you to accept our hospitality.
Follow me.
Did you show him the road?
Yes. You just have to stay close to the seashore. You must be swift. Go. Thank you. I didn't do it for you. Get along before I change my mind.
Here is my most prized possession. This I will show you. This is the Viking sword of Sigurd, the father of Harald. And that space I'm reserving for the sword of his son.
They say that Harald is a great warrior, difficult to capture. Have you sufficient strength? Are you strong enough, sire?
Why, in this castle alone there are 300 of the finest archers, while another 1,000 can be gathered from outside. And to this I must add my spearmen and my personal guard, who are the best of all.
Not sufficient.
Not sufficient. I know.
That's the reason, Prince Ragmar, why we count on the help of all the soldiers that the King of Denmark can send us. Shall we say...
What your requirements will be.
1,000. Archers, footmen, horsemen.
1,000 of each. Too many?
Oh, not by my count.
We double the figure.
Double it? And the ships? Ships to transport them?
We'll use our entire fleet. At this moment, we have many ships in construction. There is a problem, though. Food.
Ha! There's enough food in the cellars of this castle to feed an entire army for a year.
And the cost? The moment a Danish soldier puts his foot in Norway, it's up to you to pay him, and in cash.
You know, I don't think Harald's army is that big. Of course, 6,000 are too many.
Sire, you wouldn't risk victory over a question of money. As a favor, I shall convince my cousin to take care of the cost.
Well spoken. You are an ally. And in exchange, I will make you a gift. A princely one. All the Viking women for your men.
2,000 archers, 2,000 horsemen, 2,000 footmen. Thank you, sire.
And suppose that while we are preparing the expedition, Harald should attack the castle and capture it.
Take this castle? Answer him, Simon.
That is simply impossible. The attack could only be launched from the land side. And our archers are so effective, they'd cut down the enemy before they could get anyone near the walls. And the catapults complete a barrier that no band of soldiers could ever break.
Impregnable. Tomorrow after the hunt, I will show you the castle. Every corner. You will see. Then we will sign our agreement. After which, you will leave with the princess.
Thank you, sire.
May our friendship be long-lasting.
Stop all that foolish chatter. Odin might hear you and strike you down. Could it have been Odin who broke this heavy chain?
You think old Gudruno, as weak as a babe, could break this himself?
The desire for liberty can bring about miracles, But it doesn't give a sick old man the force to break out of his chains.
Well then, how do you explain this mystery?
Someone is a traitor.
The charge you make is a grave one. What reason could any one of us have for liberating Godruno?
Here's Guntar.
Nothing. I followed the path all the way to our outpost. No one had seen him. I went further. He's disappeared. Swallowed up by the earth.
I believe we're worrying about a peril that no longer exists. Godruno is at liberty, won by his hands, strengthened with a force of desperation, but by now, he's a corpse by the wayside, or the prey of a beast.
And if he is an Archon, if Godruno should manage to survive and reach the castle, he'll find Harald. If Godruno gets to the king, my brother will be lost. And you say we're worrying about a peril that doesn't exist.
Didn't you hear Harald before he left? Every single one of us heard. No action. Whatsoever might happen before my return. And if we here have the complete trust in him that we should have in our chief, we must all obey his orders.
So he'll fall into the same trap as my father? Torvald. Thorstein. Leif. Are all three of you going to desert him? Have all of the brave Vikings become such cowards?
You know we're not cowards, Guntar. If you want to go, then I'm right with you. And you?
So am I. I too. Wait a moment. Look up there. You see how the sky is darkening? Listen. Odin is hurling his thunderbolts. Who'll brave the wrath of Odin? You were very young and love your brother, I know. No one understands that better than I. But Harald is a brave man. He can take care of himself. It would be better for us to respect his orders. We must make haste so that everything will be ready for his return, because Harald will return. I'm certain. Come now.
Archon is not our friend, Lorik. Whenever he speaks, I sense how jealous he is. And ambitious. Follow him. And watch every move he makes.
And you, why aren't you coming along with me?
It's your job. Go on.
Beautiful prize will go to the bravest of the hunters.
What happened?
A bear frightened my horse, and without any warning, he reared, and I lost my balance and fell. I would have been killed if it hadn't been for the prince.
A magnificent throw, Prince. Not even a Viking could do any better.
Lucky. I learned from the great throwers of knives and hatchets, a land of brown men where it's always hot.
Then you've traveled widely.
Enough.
The hounds seem to have scented another prey. Would you like to continue with the hunt, Prince Ragmar?
Yes, thank you.
Rudolph, come here. Accompany the Princess Hilda to the castle.
Tell me, what are you going to do about the Princess Hilda when the day comes to settle the final accounts?
She's part of the family of Sveno. Her end will be the same. No. Gudruna will take her to the King of Denmark. She will bring him the news of my victory. No! With the castle stone by stone.
An attack will be difficult.
Difficult, but not impossible.
Have you a plan?
Harald! I recognized you. You are Harald.
I'm Ragmar.
Don't pretend with me. I belong to your own race. I'm Erica, the daughter of Grains. The murderer Sveno killed my father, my brothers, and brought me here by force. I, too, want my revenge. I'd be very useful. You can trust me. One thing I ask of you. Do no harm to Hilda. She's been more than kind to me.
Wait for me in my room.
Today you saved my life, and I haven't even thanked you.
Don't thank me. I've saved the life of the bride of my king. I did my duty, nothing more.
And if I were not the betrothed?
There's a storm brewing. May last until tomorrow, but it won't delay our trip. Tomorrow we sail.
Are you so anxious to deliver me to another?
We made the agreement. Why delay? Anyway, it should make you happy. It is the life of a queen that awaits you.
No woman looks forward to a marriage without love.
Love? What is this love? What do you mean when you talk of love?
It's an emotion I've never known. Hatred, violence, revenge. Those are the words I've always heard used. Ever since I was a child. Today my life is over. And I'm nothing more than a pawn in the hands of kings. That's why I can never know happiness.
This feeling, this thing called love. Would you give up a throne for it?
Yes.
Princess, it's late and you must leave at an early hour tomorrow. The old story, sire. Straw catches fire when it's left near the flame.
Yes. Of course, this young prince has a certain fascination. Hilda will have a sad awakening the first time she meets her future husband. But you know him, this King of Denmark. You've met him. How is he?
Large, heavy, and past the bloom of youth.
That's not exactly the description that I gave to Hilda. No matter. It's better that way. Because if she really knew the truth...
A young woman's ignorance is an indication of virtue, at least in this case.
Well, very clever, Simon. Tonight you are full of wisdom, and you entertain me.
Inspired by your own good humor, sire.
Why not? Tomorrow, Hilda departs. And in a few days, she will be in Denmark.
Provided that this storm doesn't last.
The wind is from the south, it won't last. We shall have to wait a while for the King of Denmark to raise all his men and send them to us. And then we will fight this Harald and his Vikings to the death. I shall destroy them all. Men, women, children. All of them. Then the rest will follow. England. And why not? Denmark, too.
You have no fears about this voyage? Two young people alone on a ship. A maiden's heart is very tender.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Perhaps I'm wrong, but on occasion I've noticed in the eye of Prince Ragnar a certain gleam. I shouldn't like to suggest that...
But he has signed a pact, Simon.
A paper, sire, written on the wind and ready for the flames. Just think what would happen if we should lose our best pawn in the game, the Princess Hilda, and the king ignores the pact. Please to remember, my lord, a captured pawn cannot possibly become a queen.
You could go with them. You could be on the ship with them. And when you arrive in Denmark, you could see to it that this pact is honored. No. No.
You have an inspiration, sire?
We protest against this inexcusable act of violence. This is certainly not the method for strengthening any alliance.
Please let us not misunderstand each other. The stakes are so high that I can take no risk. What assurance have I that the King of Denmark has any intention of observing this pact?
His given word, a signed pact.
Fragile, very fragile, this parchment. The princess, of course, will go with you. But the Prince Raymar will remain here at my side to set my mind at rest.
King Sveno is right. He makes a wise and clever ally. This is very assuring for the future. Anyway, why should I leave? When the Danish soldiers arrive, I must command them according to the agreement. The princess may go, sire. I remain as your hostage.
Hostage? No, not as a hostage, as my guest. As my guest prince.
Thank you, sir.
Come, Hilda.
Objections. Useless. Look. Everywhere. Soldiers. You will bring the princess to Vikinghi. No one touches her. No one touches her.
And you?
I leave tonight. I know this castle now. Thanks to Sveno, inch by inch. Nobody can stop me. I leave tonight. Gunboat. No one.
All right. But be careful.
At last! Let's get out of these clothes and dress like men again. I've been drinking water for 3 days. Let's have the beer. Come on, break it. Drink it. Hey, don't drink it all.
Hilde, what's the matter? The ship isn't sailing to Denmark, as you were told. Well, then, where are we going? To Viken. Listen, Hilde. What is the meaning of all this noise? Where are we going?
To Viken. To Viken! That's enough now, Andy. Send them back to their posts.
All right, back to your post.
You needn't be afraid of anything. No one will trouble you. Harald's orders.
Harald?
Or Prince Ragnar, if you prefer.
Meaning the prisoner.
A guest. Just as for the moment, Harald is your cousin's guest.
I'm a hostage. Why pretend otherwise?
War makes demands on all of us, but you have nothing to be afraid of. You're under Harald's protection.
The word of a Viking.
It's worth more than that of a king, as you well know.
I'll wager that never in all your life have you seen a sight like this. A live Viking. Jansen, Podrick, it's the king. Open up! Come. He is alive.
Barely, sire.
Come. I haven't been able to get him to speak yet, but I will. Haven't you had enough yet? Swine. Aren't you going to tell me? Where's Harald? You idiot. Tell me, where's Harald? Tell me, and I'll spare your life.
So you won't speak, you filthy dog. Well, so be it. You will die. Later, he'll revive with a fresh night air. And tomorrow I'm sure he'll speak.
And if he dies?
If he dies, we'll throw his miserable carcass into the sea. Through that opening. He'll follow the great Sigurd, who went the same way.
He who presented himself in my clothes and with my credentials is Harald, chief of the Vikings.
Harald?
There he is. Have them put irons on that man, Sveno. It's Harald the Viking. Hakon, your trusted lieutenant liberated me. Even among the Vikings there are traitors.
God! Quick, you fools! Come on! Don't kill him! Save him! I want him alive!
Guntar! It's me, Harald! Guntar!
Now we've got 2 Vikings instead of 1. It's the end, Harald! You are never going to get out alive! Well! Why are you waiting? Open it up! Break the door down! Through the opening! 1,000 silver pieces the first who hits it! Out of my way! Tomorrow morning, those two swine will be brought back to us. Yes, by the tide.
Hasn't returned.
He hasn't returned.
No, now you're chief of the Vikings.
There is only one thing to do. To go to the castle and offer Sveno in exchange. The liberty of the Princess Hilda for the life of Harald. I am ready to go.
No! You don't move from here, stranger. We've had enough of your worthless advice. In the absence of Harald, I am in command here. Take the princess to my hut.
Hearken. This is not the moment to air our differences. Harald's life, and perhaps Guntar's as well, are in danger.
Hunding. Life. Take this man and put him in chains. But you have no right to do this. You are a traitor. And I say you are the traitor. I've always told you. I don't trust this man. If Harald had heeded my advice, he would be here among us now. Take him away. If he tries to escape, cut him down! Filthy traitors, cowards! Harald will come back! You'll see he'll come back!
We made it, Guntar. We made it. Guntar. 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 Guntar.
3 days and nights have already passed. If Harald and Guntar were still alive, they would have returned. Or Sveno would have sent an emissary to barter their lives for that of the princess. But by now, our brave chief is dead. His brother as well, in a valorous but useless attempt to save him. And now by right, his place as your leader is mine. And I will avenge him.
There's no one who can deny you that right, Archon. We all know of your virtue, of your great courage, and your close blood ties with Harald. But above us all, there is Odin. Let us wait until Odin gives us a sign.
Odin has already spoken, confirming everything that I had predicted. It would be a crime to wait longer. I will lead you there, to where Harald, because of the counsel of a false friend, met his end. Vikings, from this moment I, Archon, son of Tyrker, am your only chief, and every one of you owes me obedience.
Guntar. No, Lorik. Guntar wants the blood of a traitor.
No, Harald. I didn't want Guntar to die.
Harald!
They are burning the body of Harald's brother Guntar. He met his death without a weapon, and Odin cannot receive him in Valhalla. His ashes will be thrown to the four winds, and the Valkyries will gather them. Only then can Guntar's soul feast with the heroes.
Have you come here to gloat over your prize? Another trophy taken in battle? Why don't you speak?
You belong to the enemy. I am Harald the Viking. If I were to cut off your pretty head and ship it back to Sveno, it would be within my rights. And Guntar would be in part avenged.
Do it then. When I saw you at the castle that first day, I began to cherish an absurd wish. I saw a man in that instant. A man who might be able to set me free at last. But instead you were there to play the worst kind of a trick, so kill me then! I'll show you that not only the Vikings know how to die courageously.
Go. You are free. Go to Sveno. Tell him that Harald's vendetta is not for women. And then leave for Denmark. You leave before it is too late. Because Harald forgives only once.
And if I stayed?
Down there at the castle. You said that for love you'd give up a throne. I will give you both.
Have you forgotten what you are? You're standing? How dare you go against my commands? To abandon your duty for a Viking?
That Viking is the man I love.
For the last time, are you ready to leave?
No! And you can't make me go. What will the King of Denmark say? When I tell him I'm betrothed to Harald. Ah!
Your end is near.
I know. I'll die as my father did.
Your father died without knowing it. A cut of the sword. But not you. You will die slowly. Little by little. Your suffering will be such that you will have to beg me to kill you and put an end to it.
Quite mad to attack the castle.
Yes, yes. He's mad. Mad with love. He's thrown caution aside to get Hilda, which saves us the trouble of hunting him down in the woods and destroying him in his lair.
The counterattack.
Well, why don't you attack then?
No.
Wait. Let them come closer. Closer. Stand fast until they're within range. And then...
Get the soldiers over here! They're attacking on this side!
Run, Bert.